One of the companies at the forefront of the coronavirus battle is here. Dyadic is the name of this company. CEO Mark Emelfarb is here with an exclusive inside look at the path his company is taking to stop the deadly virus in its tracks. How close are they? Let's find out. He's coming up next in a Fox Business exclusive. Don't go away. All right, when you're the one sector that could be part of the key to killing the coronavirus, you can bet the names within it will hit highs. Look at vaccine maker Moderna. It's in the green. It is up about 7%. It's close to running a phase 1 trial of an experimental coronavirus vaccine. Inovio, though, look at that one, up 25, let's call it 26%, after receiving a grant to develop a vaccine against the particular strain of the virus that emerged in Wuhan, China. But could the key ingredient we need, or at least the way to deliver the vaccine, be found in the way your Levi's or Wrangler jeans are actually made? Dyadic International is working hard to create vaccines ready to combat new diseases and viruses with the help of blue jeans. Here to explain all of that, here in a Fox Business exclusive, we welcome the founder and CEO of Dyadic International, Mark Emelfarb. And your stock is up, I mean, year over year, you're up 168% for this company. I would imagine that right now, with it gaining 12%, there is the belief that you guys are close to at least being part of the deliverance of the vaccine. Tell us how close you are, and with the partners who are trying to isolate the gene of this virus.
Great, thank you. Well, first of all, we're agnostic to a disease. We're a platform technology. So this is one of just the many things that can be produced in our platform. So the coronavirus is, of course, in everybody's mind today, but the epidemics and the pandemics that the world's facing and will face at an accelerated rate, you have to be able to make these things in large volumes at low cost. And that's where we come in. We've created a cell line after 2.5 decades of using it in the industrial biotech space with companies like BASF, Shell Oil, Abengoa, and ultimately selling that to DuPont on the industrial business for $75 million. We took that cell line a couple of years ago and are now tweaking it to be able to put in DNA to make vaccines and antibodies that can not only cure but treat. And I think that's the important aspect, is treating in large volumes, low-cost vaccines.
Sure. And getting it up to speed very quickly, because clearly we're not there yet. I mean, I don't even think that they have enough diagnostic test kits to test and see if people in China have it, let alone who knows what's here. But you're working with other biotechnology companies that are trying to isolate what I would imagine is sort of the conserved region of this virus. That would be the part that doesn't mutate or change. Take it and then insert it into cells to make the live virus. Am I correct?
Correct.
The vaccine, the live virus vaccine.
Right, and the antibodies that would be actually treating it. There's a prevention and there's a treatment both. And we're working with companies like the Serum Institute, which is the largest producer of vaccines on the planet by volume. And I think 60% of all children in the world have been vaccinated at one point or another by Serum. Sanofi, which is, of course, one of the largest pharmaceutical companies. We're working with Sanofi as well. The Israeli Institute of Biological Research, which been working with them for emerging disease and threats.
But Mark, let me run in here, because we know that the SARS virus and that outbreak, which killed hundreds and hundreds of people, was 17 years ago, and they still don't have a vaccine for that. How quickly can we get this up and running?
Well, the technology has changed dramatically. Moore's law in biotech has made things happen so much quicker. They've already, in many ways, the Chinese government, Chinese labs, U.S. government, U.S. labs, biotech companies, they're all identifying the sequences for the protein. Now somebody has to test that protein to make sure it actually works. And that's when we come in. Once they find a gene that has been proven to work, we can make it more affordably in larger volumes so that you can take dosages and treat more people globally with it.
Yeah, it's so difficult because these viruses mutate and they shift their target cells. They change their own DNA structure. Have we seen that here with the coronavirus?
Well, I think for sure this coronavirus is different than the ones in the past. The coronavirus isn't new. This is a new version of the coronavirus. To your point, it's mutated to a different way. And so the scientists are diligently working all over the globe to come up with which one is the cure. And then we have to develop it, and then we have to produce it in large volumes affordably.
But you're ready. Dyadic is ready. Once they get it, you will ramp this up, correct?
Yeah, we're ready as soon as we get the gene sequence to work with the pharma partner to produce it and to work on producing at large volumes affordably.
What part of this has to do with blue jeans?
Well, none of it has to do specifically with genes, but I think, as you point out, the history of the company, we spent 2.5 decades, several $100 million has been spent on industrial biotech. We pioneered the stonewash gene industry in the 80s, selling pumice stone. Enzymes came, we diverted our attention to starting using enzymes, pioneered that business. That led to this, it led to that. We had a unique morphological change in the cell that led to high productivity, low viscosity, and then spent 2.5 decades creating this platform that's very powerful and it's scalable. And that's the key here, is you have to be able to produce these things at scale cost effectively. And that's what we bring to the table.
Thank you very much. Good luck to you and your team at Dyadic. We wish you the best.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah, we hope everybody can speed this up.